It's been a few weeks now since Valve's decision to bring back Dust 2. We all kinda knew what we were getting when we saw it back in the map pool, and for some of us it's a great comfort to have an old classic back. And for some of us it's an overplayed, boring piece of sand. But thanks to our controversial decision, you're welcome Apex, to put the new update straight into play, we're seeing just how it plays out in CS2. So were our and your overreactions correct, or is the map a reinvented classic on CS2? Well, it's a bit of both. Short takes don't look too dissimilar, and the old smoke to help the T's cross still exist and still seems pretty powerful. Similarly, long takes don't look any different either. The new smokes make no difference when the CTs don't see anything because you throw 25 flashes over the wall and run at them like headless chickens or Manchester United defenders. Well, actually, we tell a lie. This round does look quite a lot different to anything we'd seen in a while on Dust 2. Shh, don't wake them. Even the B hits look exactly the same, and it turns out Nico still knows where Big Box is. In fact, this round is what a lot of people are sick of. The B player is forced to play in the open because he's lost mid and be executed on. He makes no mistakes basically and just gets giga-owned through the smoke. I mean, where was he supposed to play? Alright, yeah, fair enough, right there, that is a good spot. Honestly, this round from NAF did warm the cockles of even the coldest hearted Dust 2 hater. Biggest round of the game, unfavoured, executed on, isolated, and he holds off the Alamo. Maybe Dust 2 isn't all bad. One thing that does look slightly different with the smoke is how easy it is to smoke off mid doors. No longer do you need a degree in mechanics to line up some pixel perfect smoke that lands halfway up the door, just so you can get up short without being seen. This could, in theory, make it much easier for the T-side to split A, and it's already been theorised that this version of the map might be more T-sided. Even with incendiaries being slightly cheaper, AWPs are expensive with so few rounds to play with, and you can't really just sit deep in mid and watch the short crosses easily with it either. Maui wasn't the only talent who had a problem with the change, with Hugo, Blett and Scrawny all showing varying degrees of anger. We have to say, adding Dust 2 in at the same time as the picking up dropped weapons from the menu update is quite amusing. That T-spawn is wild, as Scrawny mentioned. Elige also called it the worst map pool ever, which, well, it's a little hyperbolic, maybe. He wasn't alone though. You'll find Dexter agreeing, with Hooksy also upset that Overpass was removed. SDY, by the way, Sunday Young was a much cooler name. Anyway, that can sit. He turned full kawaii in his frustrations at the map change. However, it wasn't all negative. Nico was a bona fide Overpass hater, which seems to be the main reason he's happy, but he also has plenty of highlights on Dust 2. He has plenty of highlights on every map. He's quite good. Simple similarly quite likes Dust 2 and was less than charitable about Overpass, to put it lightly. Zaiwu merely used this as a chance to promote a highlight of his own. Fair enough, honestly. No idea what he actually thinks, but he seems quite happy. To add on to that, Device was also happy to see Dust 2 come back, though he was sad to see Overpass go. Am I a Dust 2 hater? Incorrect? No. It's the greatest players of all time who are wrong. Major MVP JL was of a similar disposition to Device, happy to see Dust 2, but sad to see Overpass go. The truth, as it usually does, sits in the middle. It pays to be a centrist sometimes, don't quote me on that. Dust 2 hasn't really changed, bar the mid-smoke being a bit easier. But then, football pitches are the same size they were back in the 1800s, and nobody moans that football is the same as it always was. There's a level of comfort at watching games on Dust 2, and a lot of the best players in the world are pretty keen to see it. They can't all be completely off base. That said, this isn't football, I know, stating the obvious. This is a game that does have regularly changing map pools, and going back to the tried and tested Dust 2 is a little bit less interesting to watch as a viewer, and for an IGL it's a headache. You are limited to just a few different rounds that have all been metagamed, counter-stratted and counter-counter-stratted hundreds of times. There's nothing new. There is something nice about that though. And you'll never get tired of watching more Zaiwu, Nico, Device and Simple and JL highlights. It's been a month or so. Have you changed your mind on Dust 2? Has CS2 changed the way you're playing it? Are you happy to see pro games on it again? Let us know in the comments below.